Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Des, and on today's video, I just want to talk about the retreat that I had the amazing opportunity of going to, and not only just going to and attending it, but I was actually one of the keynote speakers at. And when I say this event, it changed my life, and it was the event that I never knew my journey needed. And that is a lot for me to unpack, and that's why I just wanted to make an entire video about this, because even though that retreat happened in November, months ago, I am still just soaking it all in. And I know that everyone that went, we were soaking it in for like a good week or two afterwards. We were experiencing the post-retreat blues. We were so sad to be home because we were just on that retreat high. And when I think about it, I just get so excited all over again, because I actually just got word this week that I am attending the next one officially. I wasn't sure if I was going to be going because of a few other things that I have already booked in the month of May, but the good news is everything is working out perfectly and I am officially going to be there. In all 4 years that I've been on this journey, right? It was the very first time that I went to an event where every single person in the room could relate to me on levels that I live my life pretty much believing and knowing that not very many people can relate to me on. So when I'm sitting on stage talking about my feelings that I had as an 8-year-old who was already pushing 100 pounds, like a majority of that room can like really relate to me on that. And like, that's just not something that a lot of people can relate to me with. And I mean, just talking about like the nights that we would get dressed up and get glam, like, you guys, I don't even know how to explain this. Like, you have to think, like, all of us have been on this journey. All of us have made one decision that has changed our life, and it brought us here at this event together. And I know about me, I think about like the lack of self-confidence and how I viewed myself, and I put every ounce of my self-worth into the number on the scale, and that like held me back in my life in so many ways. It just, like, sure, you'll see my old videos and pictures, like I was living it up as much as I could at 300 pounds. I would try to just like own it, have as much confidence as possible. It was a roller coaster, I'll tell you that. I was at an event where everyone there understands that roller coaster. They understand what it means that we spent like years, or for me, a majority of my life, hating the person that I saw in the mirror. But now we're out here on a dance floor in our best dresses, in our best glam look, like just looking and feeling our best mentally, physically, emotionally. This is what our journey has brought us to. That life-changing decision of getting VSG, getting a gastric bypass, going through WLS, which is so hard and that no one would understand unless you went through it. That's already one thing. But then on top of that, to like come with that history of just like, we've all been on a glow up and we're here to just like live it up together and just let our journeys have that moment. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's hard to put it into words, but like, it was just so special. And I still can't believe that I even got to be a part of it and witness something so beautiful. So on top of all that, just like the retreat feels and that sense of community and just like connecting with so many people on levels that I just didn't know like were possible. Like, I've spent 4 years sharing my journey online, connecting with a lot of these girls for years. Like, there were so many girls there who I met on Instagram years ago or even months before retreat, and then finally having that moment of being able to be like, oh my gosh, like this has been such a long time coming, like we're finally hanging out, we're just doing all this together. It was just so life-changing to finally be able to like connect with the people that you've connected with online in person. It was absolutely incredible. And on top of all that, when you are like having all these extra events, there's tons of other events happening at the retreat. So every single day, there's like a list of guest speakers. We have different meals that we're attending, obviously breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They'll have like little like profi breaks, which is like protein coffee. And they had like this whole coffee bar, lots of snacks. And of course, everything else, everything there is so WLS friendly. Like, the menus were made with like bariatric bellies in mind. So like, you'll see your mini portions, you'll see lots of just bariatric friendly options. And then it's really cool, just like in between events and stuff, there's like this whole room of like different sponsors. So like, then you'll just like meet lots of like companies that are just giving like amazing products to the bariatric community. Like, there was Patient Partner there. That's like an amazing like support system that you can become a part of. Bari Nation was there. There are different podcasts, and they also just released this whole platform that's like just all things supportive. So if you haven't joined Bari Nation, you need to, because it's just a game changer to the WLS community, and anything that you need support on, they have it. It's insane. So Bari Nation was there, Patient Partner, Dive Bar, there was, oh my gosh, there's so many sponsors bringing supplements. We had people who sponsored booty bands and yoga mats. Like, it was so awesome. So for me, I just loved connecting with all the different people that were sponsoring the event, because I was just learning and meeting so many people. There were surgeons there were other bariatric doctors. It was insane. Like, I just feel like that retreat got me so connected to professionals within our community, people who are owners of companies that like really help our community. And on top of that, just obviously being with all the different attendees, like there are just so many different roles of people at this event. Like, there's the attendees, there's the sponsors, there are the speakers, like it's everything. And it's this whole community, and it's like the perfect way that they just brought the whole WLS community together. It was just so awesome to have like everyone together. I'm an emotional wreck this morning. I'm sitting right here at Paradise Point in San Diego at the Bariatric Society Bariatric Retreat, and I have the honor and privilege of being a keynote speaker here this weekend, and that is just so insane to say, and it's like so crazy that this is happening, because this is something I've wanted to do for so long, which I feel like that's why I just have so many emotions about it. Is like, I just feel like today is like the day where everything is just like coming full circle. Like, since I started my journey, since I started doing social media full time and stuff, like since committing to sharing my journey and all the opportunities it has led, and how it's quite literally changed my life. And now I am here at my first ever weight loss bariatric retreat, and I'm a keynote speaker. I'm the very first one. I get to kick off the weekend, and I'm so nervous. I'm so excited. And I think like what makes me so nervous but excited, just so many emotions all at the same time, is just because this is something I have felt so called to do for so long, and I've wanted to do it, but I've always only done virtual experiences. I've done plenty of podcast episodes. I've done a couple online seminars and events where I get to put in a little bit, but this is in person with a crowd of people who are going to show up to my keynote speaking, and they're going to be there because they want to hear from me, and it's just insane. Last night we had our little welcome dinner, and it was just like a bunch of us dancing to every hype song you can think of, and we were just having the best time. And the amount of people who were just coming up to me like, Des, I've been following you for this amount of years. Like, you're the one that helped me start my journey. I'm like, okay, you guys are literally gonna make me cry. I'm gonna cry right now just talking about it. Like, it's fine. With everything I do on social media, this weekend just gives me so much purpose, and it just like really proves that everything I'm doing is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. It's exactly what I've been called to do, and this is just such a full circle moment for me, and I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm so nervous to step on that stage. I know I can talk in front of people. Like, I might be shaking, I might get hot, I might talk really fast or really slow, because I'm very aware that I talk fast, so then I purposely try to slow it down sometimes. But I just hope that it's okay. I hope that I get everything out that I want to say. I've thought a million times about like writing it down and stuff, but I don't want to be so focused on just like reading off of a piece of paper. So I think I'm just going to go in there and wing it and just kind of speak from the heart. I'm basically going to be talking about how to find success and maintain even years after this weight loss journey, like how to make it permanent and stuff. So I'll be touching on just like making this a part of your routine and working on self-love, because for me, I feel like those are the two things that it's all connected to. Like, you can't just depend on motivation to get you to the gym on the days you feel like it. Like, motivation, the feeling of motivation, it comes and goes. Emotions are so fleeting. So I think it really gets down to just really solidifying a routine and making new habits. And I'm just really excited to kind of share my heart and my experience with that. And I just have so many emotions. I want to document all of this. I'm hoping and praying that today is just the start of many more opportunities like this. It's my first time standing on stage and doing a little speech, and I'm so excited. I'm so nervous. I want to cry, mainly just because this is going to be one of the best weekends of my life. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but it wouldn't be me if it wasn't cheesy, let's be honest. And it's just huge. This is such a huge weekend for me, and I've got a lot of emotions and I don't really know what to do with them. So here I am just making a video about it, sitting by the water, just being by myself. There's a little bar restaurant right down there called Barefoot Bar, and I got a little latte. So here I am getting a little caffeinated. I just had a protein bar. I don't know how to feel prepared. I feel like that's just something we can try to do, but I don't know. I'm just super anxious. And this is me nervous laughing and nervous singing like I do. And yeah, I know it's going to be an amazing day. I'm excited to kickstart this retreat, and I'll be back up on that stage tomorrow for our tea party. And yeah, I'm just rambling now. So I'm going to put down the camera, go over some of my notes, and just get mentally prepared and just remind myself like why I'm even here, what brought me here. The fact that just simply sharing my journey online after I don't even know how many months went by, like just taking my before photos, it took me forever to just take that picture of myself with my belly out. Bringing myself to do that just took so much courage. Sitting in front of a camera saying, hey, I want to document my journey. This is one of my first videos. That took courage and so many takes. And now I do this all the time, and it's completely changed my life. And it gives my life so much purpose. It fills my cup up, and this is exactly what I'm passionate about now, is just being that light and showing people that if I can do it, you can do it too. So I'm excited to just be that person and continue to be that person, spread light and positivity everywhere you go, hope and inspiration, motivate people. Like, I'm so ready. Like, this is my purpose. I'm here doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right now, and that is just the best feeling ever. I love you guys, and seriously, I mean it. None of this would be possible without you guys. Thank you for being my #1 supporter. The reason why I keep doing what I do, there's a reason for it, and it's literally because of you guys. Like, I never want to let you down. I want to continue motivating and inspiring you along your own journeys, on your good days, on your bad days, on my good days and bad days. I'm still going to show up, whether it's for me or for you, maybe a little bit of both. So I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for being the reason why I'm even here today. So I love you guys. I told you guys I was a keynote speaker. I could not get over how nervous I was. Like, I was so nervous to get up there and speak in front of hundreds of people. But it was crazy because, like, once I was up there, I think it was like one of the very first things I said. I was like, I don't know why I'm nervous, because I just realized that this is like the first time I'm actually in a room of people that actually do understand what I'm saying and can actually relate to what I'm saying. So that was really awesome. And just like anytime I would like look down and see like Sammy making eye contact with me, or Shannon and Amy, like just having like that support behind me was just so special. And knowing that, you know, I wasn't just the only speaker there. I was with like other girls who are doing the same thing with me online, just kind of sharing our journeys, doing the influencer thing full time. It was so awesome. And for any of you guys that don't know, like, that is actually something that I've been wanting to get into for years. I think it was starting in 2019 is when I like first really wanted to get into like guest speaking and motivational speaking events, just figure out other opportunities to share my journey and help inspire others along their own. And this was my very first chance to do a guest speaking opportunity. And oh my gosh, yeah, the nerves were insane. I thought I was gonna have to go and tell everyone like I couldn't make it. Once I got up there, I think I got a little bit more used to it. And afterwards, like, I was full of like so many emotions, and I'm not as emotional now thinking about it, but oh my gosh, like on that day, I was an emotional wreck. Like, I was just like taking it all in, because I was like, I don't know how to explain it. I was so nervous, but I was like surrounded by so many people who just like really get me, who I can really understand, and just like we connected on so many different things. We had so many different conversations, and for me, it was the conversations that I had with everyone after I spoke. The things that people came up to me like, Des, this is what I took away. Or when I was talking about, you know, practicing self-love, and sometimes it's cheesy, like practicing smiling at yourself in the mirror. And when people were coming up telling me like, hey, I just ran into a group of girls who were talking about practicing smiling in the mirror, like right first thing after retreat. Like, they went to use the restroom after my keynote speaking, and they were already in the bathroom talking to each other about how like they're intentionally gonna start working on smiling in the mirror. And like, that just like made me wanna cry, because for me, like the things like when you go to events, like what you learn at retreat, like is what you have to implement into your journey afterwards, right? And like the fact that that was already happening minutes after I stepped off stage, like, oh my gosh, it made my heart so happy. Like it gave me like that feeling, like everything that I do online, everything that I've shared for the last 4 years, all the videos, all the pictures, all the TikToks and full YouTube videos, any podcast appearances, sharing my journey over and over, and then being able to meet you guys, the ones who have been like supporting me every single step of the way, it brought my entire journey like full circle, and it changed my life. It changed my life. I can't imagine not being a part of the next one. Like I have to be there. I have to connect with you guys. Like truly nothing else means more to me. Like seriously, nothing else means more to me. That is what I learned. And I'm just so excited to be able to keep doing this with you guys. And I've already like, if I don't end up speaking at this next retreat, I am going to be on a backup list for speakers if anyone drops out or if anyone can't make it last minute. I'm going to be on the backup list. And even for future events, like I've already gotten other speeches written out. So I'm just really excited to continue this journey of speaking and connecting with more of you guys. And yeah, I know I keep saying it's changed my life, but it really has. So I hope that this video has just kind of like helped bring you guys along to just kind of like really understand like what this retreat now means to me, like how it's really changed my life and changed my journey, and how it can change your life and change your journey. And I just really want all of us to be able to experience this together. So if you are like one of those people who you're like looking at all these pictures and videos of retreat, this person posting that, oh my gosh, that person's gonna be there, like, and you're sitting there and you think you're gonna have FOMO, fear of missing out for not being there, trust me, that would have been me too. So if you guys need any information on getting to those tickets, like send me a message. I'm gonna put the link in my link tree so you can access it through the link on my bio. You can find it at Bariatric Society or Advent Health, Dr. Dovek, any of the people who are speaking. You can get tickets to all of us. We will all have links available for you to purchase. For me, I just want to be able to see you guys there. I want to meet you. I want to hang out with you. I want to speak truth into you. I want to work out with you. I want to get glammed and dolled up with you. I want to dance. I want to do everything with you guys, okay? Like, I just want to have the best time. I want to have the best time in Florida. And you guys know, one of the things that started my journey was not being able to fit on the rides at Disneyland. So now we get to go have all of the NSVs celebrated, all of the non-scale victories celebrated at Disney World when we get to go to the park. And it's going to be absolutely incredible. Like, I want to just go have a night of celebrating NSVs with all of you guys, and we have so much to look forward to. But anyways, if you guys have any questions about the retreat, please leave a comment down below or send me a message, and I really, really hope to see you guys at the next one. So you guys already met Sophie. She is visiting here from Manchester. We just met last week at the retreat, and now she just came to Arizona because she also has family that lives here. Now I get to steal her away for a little bit. So we went to the gym.
We did.
We went to Trader Joe's. It was your first time?
Oh, it's been the best day ever.
She spent all her money. It's fine. It's totally fine. She's gonna have to like take an entire checked bag home.
Don't need any Sephora. It's all about the Trader Joe's.
Yeah, exactly. She'll do some other shopping later, but we've just been like taking her around to go get some like goodies, and it's been a lot of fun. But we just kind of like wanted to sit down right now and just kind of like recap everything that we're just like feeling after the retreat, because all we can talk about is just like how much fun we had, how life-changing it was.
Completely.
How many people we met and connected with like from our community for the first time ever. Like, it was truly one of like the best experiences of my life.
Magical.
And like, we just can't stop talking about it.
No, like literally, I feel really bad for Cal because every single sentence is like, and like on retreat this happens, and on retreat. Also, it was only 3 days, which I find crazy because we did so much.
So much. We did so much in a matter of like 3 days. I definitely felt like we could have had that retreat going for like 5 days.
100%.
And even then, it still wouldn't have been long enough.
No.
Like, when I was like sitting down at home yesterday going through all the footage, I was just so sad to like be home, because it's just like the post-retreat blues. Like,
literally,
you're just like on this retreat high for days at a time, meeting so many people, trying so many new things, and then it's just like all gone. And it was just like an experience like that I've never had before. I'm coming up on almost 4 years post-op from gastric bypass. Amazing. And what you had, which surgery?
I had the sleeve, and I'm coming up to 2 years next month.
December 13th is her surgery, and you won't forget that because it's also Taylor Swift's birthday.
It is.
Love you, Tay. But yeah, so there's just like so many different journeys. There was, a few people there who I think are pre-op.
Yep.
There's people who just got surgery. They're within their first year on the journey. And then there's people like me who are coming up on 4 years out, coming up on 2 and 3 years out, the OGs. So it was just like the perfect like blend of people, and we did so many events. I feel like one thing that stuck out to me was like watching everyone's stories when they were just talking about their experience from the retreat. Everyone was just like emotional, saying like, I felt so beautiful, like we got dressed up. We were with a bunch of girls who, you know, come from these like former lives of being like the big girl, and we're always working on trying to like fit in. And sometimes, like we were talking about last night, being a big girl, you overcompensate with a lot of things.
100%.
Like nothing you do is ever going to be enough. You're going to do more makeup. You're going to do extra curl hair with maybe extensions. You're going to be doing like the most of your outfits and try so hard. And yes, of course we were trying hard to like look our best this retreat, but it was so different because like you're now no longer the person who's doing that because you feel like you need to look a certain way. You're doing that because you're coming from a place of like this newfound confidence, and you're enjoying this like new experience with other people who have also experienced like those low moments of, let's go get ready with the girls. Oh, never mind. I don't want to go out anymore because I'm just now the big one. This doesn't look like it looks on them. Like it looks perfect on them, but when I try to dress like that, I feel out of place. Absolutely. And everyone was just saying how they felt so beautiful, so accepted. They said it was like the most non-judgmental place they've ever been in, and I feel the exact same way.
100%.
And like that's just hard. It's like rare to come by, and you would think that being in a room full of so many different women from all over, all different ages too, like it wouldn't be like that, but it was. It was just so pure.
I think for me it was just the fact that I've never been in, like at home I talk about my weight loss surgery all the time with my friends and my family, but I've never been in a room full of people that have had weight loss surgery. And it sounds really cliche and it sounds really like, oh well, I bet you had a good time, but it was actually the most incredible time.
Yeah.
And the most incredible feeling, knowing that everyone around me had not only experienced the highs but also the lows that I've experienced.
Yeah.
And it was almost like we didn't even have to say anything, we were all just speaking the same language.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
I love that. And you know, just like when I was like saying on stage, where usually I feel like when I'm talking about my journey, I'll be like, well, unless you've been through it, you would never understand. But for the first time, I'm standing on this stage in front of hundreds of women who actually do know exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly, to a T.
Exactly. And sometimes you can't even really put it into words, and I feel like that's why it makes this whole experience so much deeper than any of our words can even like make it come out to be. Like
completely,
it's hard to like actually verbally like process everything that you're feeling, because it's just so new to like have these feelings. Like everyone actually does understand, and we all come from, it's like this big psychological thing, like the things that we have been through, the things that we've gone through our whole life, of comparing ourselves to even like just our family members. Like for me, I've always compared myself to my sisters. I've always felt like I stood out like a sore thumb in my own family just from being the big one. And I know that I'm not the only one, and there are so many people who tell me every single day that that's like one of the main things that they relate with me on, is just like always dealing with spending their entire life being the biggest one in the family, biggest one in the classroom, biggest one on the team, forever trying and never finding anything that worked, until WLS came, and it was the life-changing decision, same life-changing decision that changed my life, that changed Sophie's life. But now we're just like all brought together in the same place, and there was just nothing shy of conversations to be had. Like everyone was talking about their loose skin and like why they're insecure about it, but then like those conversations would like take a turn, and then all of a sudden it was like very uplifting, and everyone can walk away from that being like, you know what, I don't have to feel like my loose skin holds me back. And yes, I've had a tummy tuck. Sophie hasn't had her loose skin removal, but I remember being right around my goal weight and being like, okay, the next step is probably to get it removed. So it's really like special for me to like also kind of take a step back and remember, like I remember wearing the cute 2-piece sets with my loose skin and all, you know, like it didn't really matter. It was just like that game-changing decision, like once you kind of take that next step to get it removed. And there are people who will never get it removed, people who are dying to know what it's like to get it removed. Maybe they'll do it. And it's just interesting how like once you're in the right place with the right people, yeah, you could be sitting here talking about your insecurities, but those insecurities you might walk away thinking like, wow, like I'm proud of this loose skin, like this is actually like my trophy, like I did something really hard. I lost whatever 3-digit number that most people on this trip have lost. Like so many people have lost over like 100 pounds, so many people have lost like 40 to 60, and all are huge victories. People are accomplishing like huge milestones, and it's like the most beautiful thing to like witness and just hear like all the different stories. Some people have even had like multiple weight loss surgeries because like they've just been through trial and error, like certain ones like didn't work, but we've all at least always held on to that one similar hope that maybe this will work for me, maybe I'll just take a chance and maybe it'll work for me. I thought I was gonna be the one person that weight loss surgery didn't work for.
Everyone goes through that feeling of lying in the hospital bed and you're like, what if I'm the anomaly?
Yeah.
What if like it just doesn't work for me?
Yeah.
It's never worked before. I've never lost weight before.
Exactly.
So. I think everyone does have that panic.
Totally.
I think something that was really nice for me as well is the fact that obviously it is a bit of a vacation for me, and
Yeah.
I'm here from across the pond, but it's really nice to experience that there are so many people at different stages of their journey, and whatever stage you're at, someone will have experienced it and someone will have not experienced it yet. So nobody was the highest in the room and nobody was the lowest in the room. It was like everybody had somebody that was there to help them or to support them, or that they could support. And I think what's beautiful is obviously on a much smaller scale, but Des and I both have Instagrams that help the weight loss surgery community, and I think what's nice is in that room everybody could help everyone.
Oh yeah.
I think that was really beautiful.
Yeah, it really, you can learn something from every single person in that room. Like,
No matter where you're up to on the journey.
It doesn't matter. And like, I feel like something that was like another beautiful thing about like this weekend was it's so easy, especially because you brought up Instagram. It's so easy to like follow other people's journeys and think like, this is where she started and this is where she finished. And for me, if there's like anything that I could teach anyone, is that this is a never-ending journey. It's not like I got to my first goal and I was like, I want to lose 150 pounds. And then once I'm at 150 pounds, I'm done, I'm good. And then you realize like this is truly a never-ending journey. It's now time to like focus on maintaining that weight loss. It's time to focus on taking that journey to the next level. That's when I started tracking macros. It's when I started working with Maddie, who's now my coach since January 2019. That's when I started doing like organized workouts, and like we started like the journey of like body reconstruction is like what I like to refer it to, because I lost the weight from WLS initially, like that is what saved me, but no WLS will give you the muscles and that lean muscle definition that I have to work so hard for in the gym. And I feel like something that we did like a really good job of showing people, because a lot of people, you know, were like, well, I see all of you guys made it to your first like goal weight, like within your first year, and now it makes me feel like a failure. But something that we tried really hard to like show everyone was that most of us actually didn't even reach our lowest weight within our first year. So like that gave people a lot of hope, and it really helped people like stop that like comparing, like stop the comparisons with like online, like just because this person got to their goal way sooner than you, it doesn't mean it's too late. Like you can always restart your goals. And I feel like a lot of people walked away with just like newfound hope after feeling like they've been stuck in the stall. There's no more like moving forward. They're just done. I think a lot of people just have this like new like motivation and like fire under them, and they're just like ready to hit the ground running, make some serious changes, and figure out what's next. Like what's next after surgery, like what's going to keep you going, what's going to keep you motivated along this journey, because the motivation does come and go. It comes in waves.
You're right.
So yeah, like for you as like an attendee, like sitting down, like hearing the different panels from the podcast, the speakers, other influencers, Stephanie and, or not Stephanie, like Bree and Sammy with VSGT, like do you feel like you like as an attendee, like those panels like taught you a lot? Because I know like for me, like it was hard to like make those decisions on like choosing which one you want to go to, because every little seminar and workshop had something to offer, and they were like ran by like the best people in our community, but you had to pick and choose. Do you want to go sit down on this panel, or do you want to go listen to this? And that was like a hard part, because there were so many things that you can like learn from all these different people. And I sat down on quite a few panels any chance I could. If I wasn't a part of one, I was usually sitting down for one, and I learned a lot.
I think for me, I took it as like a spot of reassurance. I obviously learned a lot, but as well, it was a beautiful moment for me to have like the reassurance of, you know what, so if you're doing this well, like I don't really know anyone else that's had weight loss surgery. I obviously know a few people from the UK community, but for me it was like a chance to learn that I was doing a good job, and like even the bits that I wasn't doing so well on, there were ways to improve them, but yeah, it was a lot of reassurance for me. Definitely, yeah. 100%.
I just like to hear that, because like I know that there's like lots of conversations and lots of bonding that happened with like the people who attended. Like to give anyone like an example, just to like show you guys like how it was set up, everyone who like attended the retreat, they were placed with like roommates, so there was like, you were forced to meet new people on this trip.
I don't know why I'm getting emotional.
You know, like I know like so many people were like, even outside of the panels, outside of what people were saying on stage, some of their favorite parts were when they were sitting around the hot tub at nighttime with like the rest of the girls, or when they were just getting ready together in their rooms, and everyone's like, we were just crying because we had this moment. And like that's when like those powerful conversations were like taking place. Like you're sitting down listening during the panels, and then like between that you're just meeting everyone, and then like before you know it, you're just like in these like really deep conversations. Everyone's just
really deep, and you've only known each other for like 1 day or 2 days, and you're like you're talking about things that you wouldn't ever discuss with
Yes.
anyone back home.
That's like I told you, like you literally become transformation sisters for life. Like
100%. It
like
sounds
Sophie
cliche,
and I,
but you do.
we're like over here like, you have a butterfly necklace. Oh, I have like butterfly this, butterfly that, and we're like, the butterfly just represents that change, represents like that transformation, whether
growth.
it be physical, like, and like internal, like everything. Like it's about like the overall growth. And so many people here like connect with the butterfly. You know, I use butterfly a lot. She uses the butterfly a lot, and yeah, there's just like so many different things that we just all like relate to and connect on. And even something as stupid as a butterfly emoji means the world to us, because we're like, we know why we love that emoji because of everything that it stands for, you know, like in our community.
Also, I think as well, like just to bring up the culture perspective again, like Des is from California, I'm from Manchester in the UK. Des is 20,
I'll be 28 next month, but I'm 27.
27, I'm 26. Like we're very different people. And
Yeah.
we've had very different upbringings, but then something like that just brings us so close together.
Yeah.
And like, just to let you guys know as well, like this was the first time of my meeting Des, and I originally came across her when I was looking at weight loss surgery accounts.
Yeah.
I didn't really know much about the weight loss surgery community.
You didn't know it was a thing.
I had no idea it was a thing.
We all just kind of learned like, oh, there's a whole community.
Oh, there's a community.
Okay, where do I sign up?
Hashtag BSG, 3 million posts, what?
Yes.
And then you were one of the first people I followed, and I just, all weekend, I just couldn't, well, whatever days it was at the retreat, I just couldn't quite believe that the people that had inspired me and that I'd met very early on in this journey, before anyone in the UK, believe it or not, they were the ones I was like chilling with and learning from and speaking to, and it was a very beautiful few days. It was really, really magical.
Yeah, that's definitely like such a like full circle moment, because
Huge.
I know how it was like when I was starting my journey. I was looking for people that I could follow and relate to. Some of those people were Gianna Shortino from New York, who I can call one of my closest friends now, and Micho. Micho is there with me.
Micho
We stayed in the
was
rooms
there as
together.
well.
I've been following Micho forever. We both had our surgeries and our loose skin removal like really close together.
Nice.
So like we've kind of been on this journey like the same amount of time, and it's such a full circle feeling to be like, this is where we started, and now this is where we're at. And like even for me, like, you know, we do similar stuff online, like weight loss, like kind of influencing, like all that kind of good stuff. And for me, like I was just pulling up my first video that I tried to take for YouTube, like, today's my surgery day, I want to document this whole experience, and you can just tell on my face how uncomfortable I was. Maybe I'll include it in this video. Please. Hey everyone, my name's Desiree, and I'm documenting.
Please do.
But
Please
I am
do.
so uncomfortable, terrified of the camera, and I'm just like right there. I'm like, today's the surgery day. I'm really excited, and you just tell I am just so nervous, like shaking in my boots. But it's like so full circle now, because now here I am sitting next to like Sophie after I just spent an entire weekend at a retreat for WLS, and I was one of like the panelists. Like I was the opening keynote speaker, which,
And she killed it, by the way. Like, I hope you see a video of it. She killed
I was
it.
so nervous. I was so nervous.
And she had no notes. Like, that blew my mind. When I was like, oh, I love the fact you didn't look at your notes once. You were like, so if I didn't have any notes. I was like, pardon?
I couldn't, because then if I did have like that crutch of like having notes, then I would have been
You
like
would have looked at it all the
this,
time.
and I wouldn't let go. So I just kind of went for it.
Smashed it.
Hope to God that it was okay.
Smashed it.
But yeah, like that was a full circle moment for me. Like I was so emotional that whole morning going up. Like I was like, I can't do this, but I know I want nothing more than this. Like I want to get involved in this. I want to do events. I want to get into speaking. I don't do the best in front of crowds, but for the most part, I can like fake it till I make it and just try to get
great.
over the nerves. But it was amazing, and like it just makes like all that hard work and all the consistency with like social media, and like the time when I was like going through like telling my family and friends that I was like quitting my part-time job to do the Instagram thing. Like it really was such like a full circle moment. And like I think for the first time it like showed me that like, wow, like what I do, it does have purpose, and it
Such purpose.
gives me like the most fulfilling feeling knowing that like, because I'm continuing to do this, I'm continuing to help so many people at different stages of their journeys just power through and keep on going and show people that it is possible. And I could hear that so many times, like through messages. People are like, you show me this, like you've helped me so much with this, you inspire me. But like I saw that in person for the first time, and it has been like, it's like made me so emotional. Like think about like I could just like just start crying thinking about it because it is like the most full circle moment, and like nothing has ever given me such a feeling of like purpose and like fulfillment, and like
100%.
I'm just excited to keep this going. Like I see that like what I'm doing, it's obviously a good thing. Like it's helping our community, it's helping me stay on track. It's just amazing, and I can't wait to continue.
And it's just the beginning.
And it's just the
Because
beginning.
I was
that gets me so
panicking.
excited.
No, it really is, because I was panicking that like, well, who would want to follow me now, for example, on my journey, because I'm almost 2 years post-op. Everyone that I follow and that mainly follows me is either considering it or they've had it, and I'm thinking, God, no one's going to want to follow me anymore. But then following you, I'm like, well, you're not going to unfollow Des because you're 4 years out. I still have my plastic surgery to go through, and then I still have so much, like hopefully one day pregnancy and things like even dating. Like there's so much for me to experience.
Yeah, there is so much of like literally the whole life ahead of you still.
Literally, and I'm excited to share it. I'm excited to learn from others, and I'm excited to inspire others as well.
I'm so excited for you. Like literally, you're already doing so amazing, and like
the
I
gym.
said, it just gets me so excited. Like we were at the gym today. We worked out with Maddie, who's my coach, and like she was teaching her about like sumo squats, and I was like, wait, I have deja vu right now. Like I remember being at this point where I was just hitting my goal weight, considering, oh, I'll probably get plastic soon. I want to get this loose skin removed. Like it's getting hard to see the progress I've made, but let's at least see what we could start doing in the gym. Like let's get into a really consistent routine. And I just feel like that's like where she's at, and I'm just like, it's just so exciting to see because your journey is not ending. Like it really is just getting started.
One of the girls at the retreat said she doesn't like, was this you? One of the girls at the retreat said she doesn't like calling it a journey because a journey signifies that it has an end. It
has a destination,
That it has a destination, whereas this is not a journey in the sense of there isn't an end as such. Like you just keep living it.
Yeah.
Even if it's 30 years from now and I'm planning my child's graduation outfit and I'm able to wear a dress as well, and it's smaller dress than what it would have been before.
Totally.
That would be a non-scale victory in itself for 56-year-old Sophie.
Put it up on my story right now. If Instagram's still alive, like
I hope it is.
Yeah.
I hope it is. And also, just to end this on a really cringe note, cringe being embarrassing, I genuinely feel like I've made friends for life. Like I've already told everybody, well not everybody, but yes everybody, that they can come to Manchester whenever they want. I've said that you can. She
really has.
I've said it to everybody, like literally come whenever you want. And I've got family here, and obviously now I've got you guys, so I'm obviously going to come back once a year, hopefully minimum.
Yes.
And see you. And it's just such a pleasure to have friends that weight loss surgery friends.
They're a different kind of friend. Like we were talking about this the first night we met. Like your life just changes like in so many ways, and that's a video for a whole nother time. We can make so many videos about that. But how your life like changes in literally every single aspect when you do have your surgery, because you go through so many different phases of like relearning yourself, finding your confidence, finding out who you are, learning how to become your truest self, that same person who you've always been, who maybe you've like held back from, you didn't want to show. We were talking about how when we were bigger, we were like always the most bubbly, we were the crazy ones, the funny ones,
because we felt like we had to be, because we were never going to do that with our looks or our weight or our appearance. It was always focused on who we were as people, which actually is a good thing in a weird way, because that means when you get usually when you get people that have lost quite a lot of the weight, they usually have bomb personalities because they've come from relying on just that.
Yes, and for the most part, like, you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, like you look this way, like you've got a body, you've had like work done, like you have your hair and makeup, like you must think you're all that and stuff. But like most of us, like, yeah, we might be looking really good now, but because of where we come from being the nice one and just like accepting anyone and everyone because we were the big ones, like, I don't know, it's not like that for everyone, but I know for me, like, I've always been someone who just like accepts you for you, because 100%. For me, I'm just hoping that you'll give me that same shot, like accept me for me, take me how I am, and like that personality doesn't just leave you as you lose weight, like you are still that person. So like now you're just like literally a better version of yourself, because now here you are looking the best you've ever looked, but you have like the best personality to come with it,
and you're feeling the best you've ever felt as well.
It's not just physical, like it is that internal transformation too,
self-assurance,
self-love, and you want to pour that out onto everyone you meet.
And self-respect as well, like
100%. That's a huge one. Now you have like more self-respect, and how you carry yourself is how you're going to expect other people to, you know, treat you in return. Like
completely,
how you carry yourself is how you're going to be treated. So
completely.
Yeah, it was just honestly like the best experience, and I know we're totally rambling now, but I just like wanted to like just process it. Like there's just so many feels, and I can't tell you how many times I've just like cried over it. Like luckily I didn't get too emotional for this video, but if you guys would have caught me like yesterday or the day before when all these emotions were like at their peak, I probably wouldn't have been able to get that many sentences out just because I'm still processing
I'm
it.
a bit in shock that it's happened. And
I know.
It's been planned since April, and then because of COVID, I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to fly over or not, and then it's happened now, and I'm just like, when's the next one?
I'm already looking forward to the next one.
Me too. We need to book our tickets.
If you guys are like interested in looking into the next one, they've already announced it. It's going to be happening next May in Florida. And I don't know the exact dates yet, but you guys could look at any of the information they have available already over at bariatricsociety.com. They also have an Instagram page, Bariatric Society. And I just want to also finish off this video giving a huge shout out to Bree and Stephanie. They are the ones who created Bariatric Society. They started this event, this life-changing event. Like, I cannot say it enough. The first ever WLS retreat that just brings so many people, so many different journeys together, changes lives. I cannot wait to be at the next one. I hope I get invited, but even if I don't, I'm gonna be there. I will crash the party. I will see you guys in Florida, but yeah, I'm really excited to get more content out and just keep reliving this amazing week and finish up my time with Sophie as she's visiting.
Oh, so cute.
Because I know it's probably gonna be a little bit longer until I get to see you, probably until the next retreat.
Probably, unfortunately.
But
we can FaceTime.
Yeah, we can FaceTime.
FaceTime.
I need to figure out when I'm going to get out to Manchester and London.
And London.
Yeah, see all that good stuff. So
Des takes England. I'm down for it.
I'm so down.
You ready?
So down. I'm ready.
Perfect.
Well, on that note, we're going to wrap up this video. Go do a little bit last Arizona things, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.